What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Mike here with another quick video. So the last video I did for you guys is just pretty much a brief explanation of what my gym journal looks like, but I decided to go a little bit more in depth with some other things. So this time I'm actually going to show you what my gym bag looks like. Because again, your gym bag can look kind of different. Some people are like, what do I actually need in my bag? Like, how should it look? No, just simple things like that. And depends on what you're going for, depends on what you're training for, your gym bag can look a little bit different. But this is what my gym bag looks like currently. So, again, I show you guys everything. So, I got my gym shoes over there, my brown shoes. Again, those are just some regular chilling shoes. But this is my gym bag. It's a little bit older. But again, I have my notebook, as you guys see. Showed you guys that yesterday. Then my ugly feet. Got a pen, you gotta have something to write with. I always keep my wallet in my bag. Obviously, I ain't gonna show you guys my wallet, so I'm hiding that. Headphones. Make sure you guys have a good pair of headphones. I've had these things for 6 years. They're Bluetooth. They last a pretty long time. You know, they do a great job. I would say probably like at least once a week or like once like every other week, charge your headphones. Just make sure they ain't dying on you, because it's rough going through a heavy leg day, heavy back day, heavy chest day, and your music dies on you. And sometimes the gym music is not the best, so it's like it can be it can be a little rough. So make sure you charge your guys' headphones. You know, keep that on deck. But again, this is what this front pouch looks like. And another thing is that, you know, we have a locker room. So I keep my lock on my bag. My key is actually in my pouch here. It's somewhere down here. Let me see if I can find that key yet. Okay. Yeah, but I heard it. There you go. Got your key. What I do with this, because my gym shorts, they usually have a strap, so I just tie my keys to the strap on my gym pants. That's pretty much all I do. Depending on what pants I have, sometimes they have like a little like a pocket that kind of zips up, so I'll put it on those. But I usually just tie these to the drawstring on my gym pants. Okay, the main part of my bag right here. I have my knee sleeves. Whenever I do these, I have my knee sleeves whenever I'm doing legs, because my knees are not the best right now. So what I do, I warm up without these. I just put them on my ankles whenever I'm done doing my bike warm up. I'll do a couple of sets warming up with just weight on whatever exercise I'm doing, whether it's leg press, whether it's hack squat, whatever it looks like. And then when I'm starting to actually put in work or go heavy, then I actually pull these all the way up towards my knee. Just give my knees a little bit extra stabilization. Keep my knees feeling nice and warm and ready to go. So get my knee sleeves. I'm just gonna put these to the side right quick. Again, I got 2 towels. Again, always wipe your bench off. Most gyms, I'll say probably 99.9% of gyms, they have some kind of cleaning solution in a paper towel, or they'll have like a disinfectant wipe or something like that. Always wipe your stuff off, whether you're just sweating or not. No, be courteous, be kind to people, be courteous to the gym staff. Wipe your stuff off. So I personally bring 2 towels with me, because I'm actually hypomobile in my thumbs. So depending on how heavy the weight is, I actually feel all the weight in my thumb. So imagine doing a 90-pound dumbbell bench press and feeling 90 pounds going directly onto your thumb. It kind of stinks. So I actually kind of fold this over to give a little extra cushion for my thumb, and just that extra leverage kind of pushes the weight towards the middle of my hand, so I don't feel the weight all the way in my thumb, so it's a little more balanced out. So that's why I bring 2 towels. I usually use these with my chest day if I'm going to do dumbbells, and I also do these with shoulders, because again, the same thing. So if I'm doing a shoulder, if I'm doing a dumbbell shoulder press, I got my towels. All right. Now, like I told you guys, I used to do a lot of deadlifting. I don't squat as much as I used to, but I used to do a lot of deadlifting. So I still have my my belt, my weightlifting belt. I still have my squat shoes in here. They're a very good investment. They actually just help, give that extra lift. So again, I have my squat shoes in here. Got my I got my weightlifting belt in there. Again, a weightlifting belt, pretty much what that does is it gives you something to kind of brace against whenever you're doing a heavy squat, a heavy deadlift, sometimes your Olympic lifts, because your core stability sometimes that can be a limiting factor. So by having something to push against, it actually stabilizes your core a little bit stronger. Your transverse abdominis pretty much does what this does. So do you need a weightlifting belt? No. That's where your transverse abdominis is. It's your internal weightlifting belt. Do these help? Yes. But just like I said, with these, you only want to use this guy if you're starting to go heavier. You don't want to have to rely on your equipment to move the weight. You want to be able to rely on your muscles, your joints, your ligaments, your trainings, things like that to move the weight. And then when you're going for those heavier weights, whenever you actually need that extra stability, that extra support, then you want to go into your accessory, your equipment. So again, your knee sleeves, your belts, things of that nature. Now, this pouch, I think I have my chalk in this pouch here. So you got my chalk here. Again, I used to do a lot of deadlifting. And the bar can kind of slip out your hands. So chalk just gives you an extra little more support. So the bar is not rolling out of your hands as much. Chalk is it necessary? No. Does it help? Yes. So if you are trying to get a little bit more into your Olympic lifting, your deadlifts, your snatches, your clean and jerks, things of that nature, and you have not invested in some chalk, again, chalk is really, really cheap. You can go to like any of your sporting stores. Amazon has literally everything. So if you just type in some weightlifting chalk, you can go there. If you have a Sports Authority or Dick's Sporting Goods or Academy Sports or something of that nature, you can probably find some there. I'm not sure if I could play it against sports like a refurbished exercise store will have chalk. You can try there. But again, in my extra pocket, I got some chalk. Again, the thing that I had came with like 2 big bricks. And you see, it's broken up, but this chalk has lasted me forever and a half. Again, the bricks were legit like that big. They're massive bricks, like that big, like that thick. Those things are huge. So if you're trying to get more into like the Olympic lifting, the deadlifting, the squat, the deadlifting, the snatches, the clean and jerks, things of that nature, or if you're even into like strongman competitions where your grip can be a limiting factor, where you don't want things to slip out of your hands, go ahead and invest in some chalk. Whether it's regular traditional chalk like this, whether it's liquid chalk, whatever works best for you for the sport that you're going for, go ahead and invest in some chalk. All right. And my pouch up here, I got my jump rope, because whenever I was doing more martial arts training, I was really trying to work on my footwork and things of that nature. And then one of my training buddies, he used to box a little bit, so he's like, hey, let's go ahead and get a jump rope, start working on footwork. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I bought a jump rope. And I find jump roping really fun. It's really, really challenging, but it's a really good workout. So if you want to try a good cardio workout that's going to wear you out, but it's a good challenge, try a jump rope. You'll be surprised how fun this is, but watch your shins, because you will smack your shins with these. Also, I have my lifting straps. Shout out to Pump Chasers. Shout out to Chris Jones, Beast Mode Jones. Shout out. I'm actually watching one of your videos right now. Again, I have my lifting straps in here. And again, lifting straps is, whenever you are lifting, you don't want your grip to be a limiting factor. So if you're doing one of your back days, whether you're doing like your heavy lat pull downs, your rows, things of that nature, your deadlifting, you don't want your grip to be a limiting factor. You don't want your forearm strength to be a limiting factor. So you have your straps in here so your back can do more of the work. And again, these are an accessory to your muscles, if you will. So just like with the sleeves, just like with the weightlifting belt, these are an accessory. Are they mandatory? No. Do they help? Yes. So if you're like, hey, my grip is a limiting factor, I would say keep working on your grip while you're also utilizing those guys. So do your warm-ups, without those. Then you're going to your first heavy set or so. Try your first heavy sets without them, and then only use them whenever you need them. That's what the weightlifting equipment is about. It's about getting the best bang out of your buck, the most out of each workout that you can. But you also want to not limit yourself. So again, they're all accessories. Are they mandatory? No. Do they help? Yes. Are there other pieces of equipment that I'm thinking about getting? Yeah, they're different things I'm thinking about getting. Again, you see I have squat shoes, I have straps, I have a jump rope, I have a weightlifting belt, I have my knee sleeves, and out all these things, the things that I use most, to be honest, my notebook and my towels. To be honest, I use those the most out of all my pieces of exercise equipment. Again, because it's like I'm trying to rely more on what my body can do compared to the extra equipment that I have. Again, I bring the equipment out whenever I need to. I bring my knee sleeves out for every leg day, but if I'm listening to my body's like, hey, you're not doing legs because you're too tired or whatever, then I don't bring my sleeves out. If I have some extra time, I'm like, okay, I want to do some extra different kinds of cardio besides treadmill, then I'll bring in my jump rope. Again, I have a little space in my apartment, so I'm actually thinking about doing some more jump roping just the other day, just to increase my cardio, increase my steps per se, things of that nature. So I'm thinking about use my jump rope a little bit more often. I got my straps in my bag still, and I only bring those out during back day because that's pretty much whenever you're going to need your straps, during a heavy back day. So it's like, hey, I'm going to utilize what I have, but I'm not going to abuse it. I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to max out as heavy as I can, and then if I need them, then I will bring them out. If I don't need them, hey, that's even better. That means that my grip is getting stronger. Yeah, so that is just a very brief look into what my gym bag looks like. Again, it can look different over time. Did I always have all this equipment? No, I used to have just like one of those little sling bags, I literally just had my notebook and my headphones in it, and I just want to know, hey, I'll put my wallet, so on and so forth, in there, and your gym bag is going to look completely different. Some people, they'll have an extra pair of clothes in here, whether like, hey, I'm going to go into the sauna or I'm going to change after work. They're going to put an extra pair of clothes in their gym bag. That's perfectly fine. Everyone's gym bag is going to look different. If you're a swimmer, your gym bag is going to look different. If you're a weightlifter, your gym bag is going to look different. If you're, whatever your sport is, your gym bag is going to look different depending on what's going on. If you're just getting off of work, your gym bag is going to look different. If you're going to work after your gym bag is going to look different. But bring your gym bag. One thing I don't have in my gym bag, a lot of people will have, is they'll have like their pre-workouts, their creatine, some of the extra supplements in their gym bag. Because again, depending on where you're coming from, depending on the timing of everything, depending on when you want things to kick in, because there is usually like a 15 to maybe 30-minute window whenever your pre-workout and your BCAA starts to actually kick in, you can actually start feeling it. So some people will say, hey, I'm going to take these after I change, or right before I change my clothes, I'm going to go ahead and start taking these, so that way whenever I'm starting to hit the weights, I can actually feel it kicking in, so on and so forth. I personally take my BCAAs, my creatine, if I do pre-workout, my pre-workout, I take that at home and then I drive to the gym, because it usually takes me like 10 minutes to get to the gym or so. So I do, 10 minutes, get in, do my cardio for 10 minutes, and then while I'm starting to do my cardio, I'm starting to feel it pump, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm also, sometimes I just feel tired after work, so I'm like, hey, I just kind of want to feel good while I'm going into my weights, and I can kind of like I'm taking that good feeling and kind of just keeping it going, keeping the momentum going while I'm doing my weights. But I also want to make sure I'm feeling good while I'm doing my cardio. Because again, if you don't feel warm, then it's going to be harder to do your workouts. If you don't feel physically or mentally ready for your workout, it's going to be hard to get into the zone with it. So sometimes just, taking those BCAAs, listening to whatever music you can that kind of just get you pumped up a little bit, taking your creatine, all that stuff, it just kind of, it's like, okay, I'm starting to feel it. It changes your mood, makes you feel better. So that's why you'll hear some people say, limit your caffeine until before you do your workouts, because caffeine actually does help improve your mood. It actually does make you feel better. So, but you can get used to caffeine. So if you're constantly just downing a bunch of caffeine, whether it's your coffees, your teas, you just keep downing and downing and downing it, and then you take a pre-workout. The pre-workout isn't going to have the same effect on it because your body's already used to that much caffeine from your coffees, your teas, so on and so forth. However, if you leave your caffeine for your workouts, it's actually easier to get through your workouts because again, it has that mood, gives you that extra energy, so you can be a little more efficient and effective with your workouts compared to if your body's just used to having that caffeine all day every day. You know what I mean? So play around with timing your supplements if you take supplements. Again, are supplements necessary? No, they're an addition to. Just like my knee sleeves, just like my weightlifting belt, just like my straps. They're pretty much supplements. They're addition to. I don't need them, but they help. Yes. So play around with taking of the timing of your supplements. Like see when you feel them the best, if you will. See how you can make them the most efficient and effective for your workout, so you can feel as successful as you possibly can with your workouts. Whenever I was doing martial arts, my gym bag looked completely different. Because whenever I was just training in Kung Fu and Kempo, then I wore my same gi, or for the Japanese they call it gi, we call them sams. I wore my same sam for both classes, and then inside my bag I had my different weapons in there. I had my belts in there. I had my notebook in there, but it looked different. Whenever we were doing jiu-jitsu after class, then I actually had my jiu-jitsu gi in there. And again, that was a pretty thick boy. But again, no. Different sport, different skill set requires different uniforms, if you will. So when I was doing jiu-jitsu, I brought similar stuff, but I also had my jiu-jitsu gi in there, so it made it look a little different. Now it's like whenever I was running, my bag looked a little bit different. Again, I kept some of the same things in there because I was still lifting, but whenever I was running, sometimes I'll keep extra gels or extra goo or things like that in there, just to kind of give me that extra pump, while I'm running. Make sure that I kept my extra bottle of water in there, because there are times that it was pretty hot. So sometimes I'll keep an extra bottle of water, just make sure I stayed hydrated, during my training sessions. So, but yeah, I just wanted to, that's an example of what a gym bag can look like. You don't need to bring everything that you have. You just need to bring the necessities for the types of workouts that you're doing. And if you want to say, hey, these are the type of workouts I do in general, you want to have those general pieces of equipment in your gym bag, be my guest. You can have as much of a minimalist gym bag as you need to. You can have a big bulky gym bag if you need to. And you see, my gym bag is a pretty decent size, but the things I have in there fit. Because again, I have my belt in there. I have my shoes in there. I haven't worn my squat shoes for a while. I haven't really done that many squats, traditional squats per se. But I still have those in there just in case I'm like, okay, I want to do something a little bit different. There are times when I'm like, hey, I want to do back day. I'm like, you know what? I haven't deadlifted in a year. I want to deadlift. So I keep my straps in there. I keep my chalk in there. I keep my weightlifting belt in there, just in case that if I'm like, feeling a little foggy, I want to do a little deadlifting. Or if I'm like, hey, I really want to throw some heavy weight around. I know that last time my grip was a limiting factor with my pulling motions, so I keep my straps in there so I can strap up and everything like that, and get to some rows without my grip being a limiting factor. So have what you need in your gym bag. Play around. If you're kind of curious, like, okay, what do I actually need in my gym bag? See what kind of workouts that you're doing. But some basic necessities, I would say, if there's nothing else that you need in your gym bag, have your notebook, have a couple towels. If nothing else, of course, your wallet. And if you have a locker, I would say bring a lock and key. Or if you're more like a dial pad person for your lock, whatever you need for your locker, have that in there. Because people get a little desperate sometimes. People just like to steal. People their fingers like to slip and grab stuff. So I'm like, if I can lock up my possessions, I'm gonna lock up my possessions. So again, if nothing else in your gym bag, have your notebook, a lock for your locker, and some towels to wipe up after yourself. You know, whether it's your face, whether it's your bench, just to kind of clean up after yourself, just so that, that housekeeping type stuff, if you will. And then I would say, if you feel comfortable in putting your wallet, your ID, and things like that in your gym bag, put that in your gym bag. And then just make sure that you're locking your locker up whenever you go out into the floor. Because again, we don't want people to steal your stuff while you're trying to get your gains. So make sure you lock your stuff up, because a lot of times they'll say we're not responsible for this or for that, for a piece of equipment going lost or whatever. In my old gym, we didn't have lockers. We actually had like little cubbies. So some people just brought their gym bags along with them. Some people left their gym bags in the cubbies. So kind of like play around and see what your gym has available for you, just so you can kind of make things work the best for you. So yeah, that was a quick look inside my gym bag. If there's any questions, comments, concerns, drop them down in the chat. But until next time, later.